Hey, what's up neighbors? aaFlare here, bringing you another Destiny video. That's right, I'm back. Season of the Arrivals is here, and we got a wicked new exotic grenade launcher, the Witherhoard. So, if you don't have the season pass, well, I think you can get this gun at rank like 30 or something. But this thing is insane, okay? I don't know if I did the math wrong on Anarchy, but this thing literally can trump Anarchy. So, like, let's get into it. So what does this kinetic exotic grenade launcher do? So when you first perk Primeval's Torment, projectiles fired by this weapon blight the target or nearby area on impact. And then you got generic perks, blah blah blah, they don't matter. And break the bank, blighted targets take damage over time and blight the nearby area on death. What does this mean? So when you shoot this gun, it can either tag an enemy and slowly does damage over time over a matter of 10 seconds, or you can shoot the ground and it creates an AoE that does higher tick rates of damage but lower damage for 8 seconds in a little pool. Basing this damage off of this guy right here, the Ogre, a direct impact damage is 607 or 618, 617, it changes. However, if he's already tagged and you shoot him again, you do 9,259 damage. Nowhere in the perk does it explain that this happens, but if he's already tagged, he does take increased damage from direct fire, and it's literally over 10 times more damage. So keep that in mind. With the 3157 ticks of damage over 10 seconds, it is a total of 17 ticks. It ends up being 54,286 off the initial shot. However, if you put in the shot that does 9,259 damage, or the boosted damage, you get 62,928 total damage. Now, when you add this up, it ends up being about 5,400 DPS to 6,292 DPS, depending on your initial shot damage. Now, when you shoot the floor, you get 3157 as your initial damage, and then ticks of 1579, but you get 26 ticks. I believe I counted it a couple times. I got 26 every single time, but I'm not 100% sure, even though we're going to go with this number, because I'm like 99% sure it's true. So over 8 seconds, this results in 44,211 total damage and 5,526 DPS. So as you can tell, off initial shots, you get more damage per second with the pool over tagging the enemy. However, you do get more damage when you actually do tag the enemy. Now, what's even more crazy with this is that you can tag the enemy and then proceed to shoot the ground, and as you can see, the damage numbers do stack with each other, and you can see this guy pretty much getting shredded. So you do get the tick damage from being tagged, as well as the pool damage, which results in something like 98,497 total damage from just 2 shots, which is 9,849 DPS over 10 seconds. So in comparison to something like Anarchy, which this weapon is pretty much just a special weapon version of Anarchy, since both weapons deal passive DPS, and what you can do with them is, you can shoot damage down, and then you could swap to your heavy while... well, that's a bad example. So what you can do with this thing, like Anarchy, is you can shoot, let's say, 2 shots. You get the damage stacking, and then switch to your heavy, and you can literally just shred anything. So instead of, like Anarchy, where you use your heavy weapon and as the passive damage, and then special weapon as your main damage, this is flipped, which honestly results in more damage because you're getting an extra 10k DPS, whereas Anarchy, I may have done the math wrong, okay, but I literally went frame by frame and counted and added all the damage up, and I got 54,211 total damage over 9 seconds, and it resulted in 6,023 DPS. Please leave a comment if I'm wrong, because that sounds really low compared to something like Interference 6, which does based on my last video, it does around 40,000 DPS with Swashbuckler procced, which is it blows Anarchy out of the water. However, Anarchy is a passive DPS weapon, but this thing trumps it. I mean, it almost is on the same level by just tagging the enemy, but when you place the pool down as well, it literally, it does almost 30% more damage. And then on top of that, you can use the power weapon, which does more damage than if you were to use a special weapon like Mountaintop with Anarchy. So where am I going with this? I believe this may be a top tier DPS weapon. Yes, an exotic kinetic nade launcher that does damage over time, and in an AoE, may be one of the best DPS weapons in the game. Time will tell, but I'm calling it now. Don't sleep on this thing. It is nasty. I have no idea how it performs in PvP. I'm sure it's also really cool since you can shut down areas depending on how much damage the tick's damage does, and if you can one-shot a Guardian by direct impacting them with the DOT. Time will tell. As well as if you do kill an enemy while they are taking the tick damage. So we'll just get this guy low. As you can see, if he dies while taking the tick damage, it drops the pool, and this pool will last the full 8 seconds, regardless of how long the enemy was tagged for. So if at the end, at the 9-second mark, it dies while being tagged, it'll drop the pool, and that pool will last the full 8 seconds, regardless of how long it was tagged, which is really, really useful. If you were to like kill a major, then you pretty much get 2 shots out of it. You kill the major, and then you can kill all the ads around it. This thing is a 10 out of 10, okay? 10 out of 10. It's Anarchy 2.0. I'm calling it now. I am putting it in the title. Anarchy 2.0. Use this thing. It's freaking amazing, okay? Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and subscribe for future content. We are back for the start of the season, at least. I can't wait to play the new dungeon. The public event is alright. A lot of the new weapons look cool, especially the swords. And some of the exotics that are coming this season look pretty cool as well. But that's all for today, guys. Thanks for watching. Peace.